What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling phenomenal today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old moon. You're probably like, what's he pointing at? I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going to avoid a course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force a reading on the situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. I'm feeling over the top today. Now, let's jump into it. Feeling inspired today, Cancer. And your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Every now and again, Cancer, I got a pyramid over here. Well, you know what? Cancer, sidebar. This is the very first little pyramid thing that I ever got, crystal work that I ever got there. Little flash right there, Cancer. But crystals, feeling lovely. Feeling old, too, aren't you? Just great edge all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mars Day. Hope you're feeling energetic. It's Tuesday, Cancer. Hope you're feeling energetic, ready to tackle the day. Maybe hit a workout there, Cancer. And if not, feel free to meditate because the moon is going void of course today, Cancer. And the moon is going to go void of course at about 1:39 p.m. and that will be Eastern time. And then we'll be moving from Pisces into Aries at about 5:46 p.m. tonight, Cancer. So we got a pretty short one today. We're looking at about a 4-hour, 7-minute void of course time there. And with the with this energy, this is just great for recharging your batteries, doing some meditation, and just kind of finding moments for yourself there, Cancer. I feel any little bit that you can work in, even if it's like 10 minutes, Cancer, just to collect yourself, kind of find your energies, do some deep breathing. Maybe you got light like an incense, Cancer. Maybe even you find this peace while cooking, whatever that's looking like, Cancer. Definitely something to just kind of wash away those energies that you can pick up, being the powerful empath that you are, Cancer, and being a water sign and being a Cancerian. We're sensitive to those energies that are around us, and sometimes the emotions that we take on aren't even always ours, Cancer, so just to be mindful of that. And also too, Cancer, Cancer, yeah. But also too, you may notice that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during your time, and I feel like that's even tricky when Mercury's going retrograde. You want to be very mindful of that there, Cancer. And that people also may be less likely to make decisions during this time, Cancer. Just because, in the void of course too, Cancer, this is and I'm going to kind of switch things up a little bit. I said I was feeling inspired. I'm going to switch up a little and maybe add a couple things here, Cancer. But this is when the void of course happens when the moon forms her last aspect with the planets in a certain sign, and then she just sort of wanders for a little bit. So just do the same. No one's asking any questions. just go out there, Cancer, do your thing. And then, Cancer, we still have the moon in Pisces for at least a little over half the day, and we're getting ready to get into a first quarter phase, Cancers, when the moon forms her first square with the sun. So that's going to be a tougher type of energy. There may be some delays, and I feel with this first quarter, and I kind of like that this energy is sort of happening in Pisces, because I feel that this energy allows us to, because Pisces is a very psychic type of energy, very intuitive, very sensitive sign like ourselves there, Cancer. And I feel like this energy allows you to figure out what actions we can take intuitively, to more so get into this, first analyzing this. I feel like whatever this challenge or this, this thing that we're incorporating here, what is the source of this challenge? Or is there something internal that's going on, or are there some external things that are getting in the way? Let's say you're trying to maybe run a marathon. I was on a marathon, kicked there for a second, Cancer. Maybe trying to run a marathon, you've been trying to work out every day or something like that, but then you find that maybe something happens with your work schedule where you need to shift things around, or is it something like, not feeling, maybe we've been in a procrastinating type of energy just because maybe something's been on your mind, just finding out where the source of that is. And I feel like that's a great a great challenging energy to be in Pisces, because then Pisces is a very imaginative signs to their Cancer, so I feel like you can come up with very creative ways to deal with this challenge, but also heal yourself as well, because they are great healers, I feel like, as well, their Cancer. And this energy does, squares ask us, because usually when the square happens, it's usually through no fault of our own that something requires us to take a different type of action. And I feel like that's good too, happening in the mutable sign of Pisces, because mutable signs are one that can roll with the punches and just kind of adapt there, especially being mutable water. Water will find any which way to get out of where it's at there, Cancer. So just a little something to think of with this first quarter in Pisces energy. And then last little bit here, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings. I apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, which, sidebar, Cancer, I got a whole bunch of new ones here. I got a few Oracle decks I'm about to bust out, and a few new tarot decks for you, Cancer. It's like, I said this was my Christmas gift to myself, but really it's for the soul tribe there. And I've included links for them down in the description box, so check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer. Definitely check them out. There's a link for an astrologer, and I might be including someone else there, Cancer. I just received a download the other day, and I was just like, some very valuable information came into my range, and it got me thinking about the astrology in a different type of way. It's really exciting, Cancer. So, and maybe even some books there, Cancer. There's going to be a lot of shifts that are happening here. Love that, Cancer, because I love when Spirit does this. Let's talk about your general energy of the day, Cancer, because you have transformation and change there, Cancer, and I dig it. This gives me very much like a death card and a judgment card energy, which is appropriate too, because death card Scorpio, judgment cards Pluto. I feel, Cancer, this is, and it's happening during this challenging energy here with the first quarter. How are we allowing these challenges? How are we letting them change us in a sense? Because sometimes when I feel like we're in the face of challenges, Cancer, that discomfort type of energy, our initial, it's either that fight, flight, or freeze type of energy. And I feel sometimes the energies can stagnate sometimes when we're in the face of things and we just don't want to deal with it. But transformation is something that's always happening there, Cancer. There's the one constant on this journey. And so I feel when we can learn to almost welcome challenges in a sense, and it's not to say that they're not great, Cancer, because no one wants to go through it, but in that moment we may not want to go through it, but it's thinking about more so in the long term there, how this that hindsight's 2020 type of energy. And the first quarter too is great for celebrating and charting the progress of your transformation and change, and doing these lunar cycles. We get 12 of them a year there, Cancer. We only get one solar return each year, and different types of returns. Mercury returns, Venus, all those returns. Jupiter returns are every oh my goodness, every 12 years. But with this energy, I do feel like us being such a cyclical sign, or ruled by such a cyclical luminary, Cancer, it is embracing those changes and learning how to incorporate those changes to evolve yourself and to help that transformation for others. That bringing that change into the collective consciousness, even in the sense there, Cancer, through your healing, through your messages, whatever that's looking like, because Pisces too is one that is linked to the collective. They take that friendship bond, that casual energy of Aquarius, and then really deepen that thing. It's almost like when you transition from Scorpio, even, just all of that energy, from Gemini into Cancer, Libra into Scorpio, even Aquarius into Pisces. It's taking those casual things and they are deepening them. And I feel like there's a lot of change here, Cancer, and they're just like getting comfortable in the discomfort is what I'm kind of feeling with this. But let's get some tarot on this, Cancer, and get some details with this. And I like that there are all these butterflies too there, Cancer, because when you know how that story with caterpillars, how they transform into butterflies is like, they literally dissolve themselves. They literally dissolve themselves and turn themselves into this whole different being. And I like that this happened with Neptune being here too, Cancer, because Neptune dissolves barriers and things, and it's in this fantasy realm about changing stuff. But let's see what energies you got here, Cancer. Absolutely, Knight of Wands. Neptune. Love that, Cancer. Look at Neptune bringing about new perspectives here, Cancer. That's an interesting energy to be followed by. But you have the Hanged Man here, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and then the Ace of Pentacles here, Cancer. And that's what I feel like these changes and transformation brings. Different opportunities for you. This is a new day, it's a new dawn, we're in a new cycle there. Even this with the sun, the sun's doing phases. We set, we get in that reflective energy of the night, we dream, we get these downloads, and then when the sun rises again, this gives us a chance to celebrate in the new day to come there. Even with this Three of Cups here, Cancer. And look at you celebrating with the moon. It's changing in cycles. Because Cancer, speaking of that full moon there, we're getting ready to have a full moon in our sign. Going to be on the when is it, the 26th, I want to say. We're getting there soon there, Cancer. I'm so excited. But maybe for some we may not be too excited about this future. Let's get back serious, Cancer, because you got with this Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords are these fears, these anxieties, these questions that we may be kind of asking ourselves when when we're kind of by ourselves. And the Hanged Man, this is that epiphany type of energy. We're like finding a new perspective in the faces of these challenges, first quarter energy, this transformation and changes, all that's going on here. And I feel this, once we realize or learn to even just find because it's one thing, I feel like we know that change is great for us, Cancer, but sometimes again it's like we don't always want to celebrate it. Sometimes it doesn't feel great in that moment. But I feel these energies, this transformation and change is teaching you to come at life with more excitement. Look at this Knight of Wands getting ready to fight this dragon like bet. And so, Cancer, I overall I like this, and I feel that we are a sign that even though we are a sign of like roots and in the home space and things, we are the crab, Cancer. We take our homes with us in a sense. Like I feel like we can find comfort in even the most wildest of places there, Cancer. But yeah, I feel like it's, and even too, one more thing with the Hangman, then we're gonna move on, Cancer. How, because it can be a card of sacrifice with the Hanged Man, and it's just like, what especially if we're finding ourselves resisting change, what are we sacrificing in order to not have the energies move? It's like, it's almost like a Four of Cups type of energy, because the fours are that building a foundation, but that's an awkward thing sometimes to do with kind of keeping water still for too long, or any element really. But just something to think about there, Cancer. And I like even too, Cancer, look at how it's like this figure is even coming out of this storm here, this vortex, and is getting into this sunlight, this new, like your sun shining on your Ace of Pentacles there. I'm with it, Cancer. Let's get some more tarot on this. So let's see what's going on here. Look at Capricorn. So you have been a lot of Cap energy going around here, which is no surprise. We're getting ready to get into their birthday season here soon. They're making a statement. But you have the Devil here, Cancer. The Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and then the Seven of Cups here, Cancer. And I feel with these pages being here, the Page of Cups and Wands, there's this. I feel this transformation and change, Cancer. They bring about, it brings about this fresh starts, in a sense. Let me focus on this Page of Cups here first, Cancer, because I like how this Page of Cups here is doing this painting here, and he's just covered in paint, because sometimes life is messy. These changes, these transformations, they may not go about how we may expect them to, but it is an opportunity for us to write our story there, Cancer. I feel this Page of Cups here is this free will in this change. We may not be able to avoid that change, but what we can do is control where those energies are going with that change, what doors we want to walk through. Do we want to give in? Because this is tricky energy here, Cancer, with the Seven of Cups and the Devil being here, because the Seven of Cups is my prelude to a Devil situation here. So we're just playing the whole soundtrack here. Capricorn's jams, which their jams are not toxicity, Cancer. Don't get me wrong, but let me be mindful. But the Devil is that sort of like escapist type of energy there. And even when we're talking about how Neptune's here, Neptune can deal with that sort of escapist realm, that dream realm, getting lost in Page of Cups, like that imagination, just wanting to feel good, creating this sort of false narrative, even in a sense. And we want to be careful about that, Cancer, of those things that hinder that growth, and getting lost in just various sort of things that are just dividing us from our focus, because that's what the Devil is ultimately trying to teach us there, to keep that discipline, to get that focus and that drive, to not let to show that you have more control, like more impulse control than you think, and that the things that you give your power to. And even too, when you just think about Capricorn energy, they're about authority, and it's just like, what things do we give authority to our life there, Cancer? And how, is it getting us? Is it helping us or hindering us? I feel like these questions that are needing to be asked. So that's interesting there, Cancer. I like that. Let's get some tea. And let's get some advice from good old Neptune here and Jupiter. Well, look at all these wands, these cards. Look at you taking action, Cancer. I like this, because you got the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Now we got King of Wands here. I'm with that. Ooh, heating up, man. You got the Emperor, Cancer. You're not playing around. Hold on, let me get the rest of this, Cancer. Alright, thank you. Alright, Cancer, last little bit here. I like that. So you have the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, the King of Wands, and the Emperor here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because Cancer, there are going to be times when we go through these transformations that we do hit a low, in a sense. Sometimes I feel these changes can get us feeling like that life is just trying to beat up on us, in a sense. And I feel the Hermit is inviting you to meditate on that. It's like, is that really what's happening? I heard a reader once say here recently that, and I like that perspective, is that they were like, they had to experience all of this loss in order to learn this lesson of like gratitude and things along those lines. I'm kind of paraphrasing there, Cancer, but it made me think about that. You know, even when we're going through times that don't feel so great, it's just like, you know what? It kind of gets you to this place where we start to really question where do we give our energies to. And like those, I feel like these low moments are a sense of that life. You know, sometimes these energies can be fleeting, and it's just like, I feel like it's, you know, kind of gaining control even with this emperor energy. Kind of like we may not be able to control circumstances, but we can control how we feel and process and stuff, and what we can do going forward, what new opportunities. Sometimes maybe, you know, if an opportunity feel like it's been taken from us, then we need to create our own here, even in a sense with the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor being here, Cancer. But I feel the Five of Pentacles, where it can be a card of feeling like less than or this lacks or poverty type of energy there. I feel the Five of Pentacles is, because it is kind of an intense card, but it's teaching you that resilience there, Cancer. That even when you think about transformation and change, all things Scorpio, Scorpio is a very resilient sign, and one that does again teach us that growth in the long term. That how do we take those reflect on those lessons and those situations that happen to us, and then unlocking new perspectives about them, and coming into just a higher vibration here. You know, the Emperor is the culmination of all the kings, you know, all of this wisdom, because each of the kings represents some sort of wisdom through experience here with the King of Wands, these actions that we've taken and how we've grown, and now we've evolved into this Emperor here. And I like that, Cancer. I think I'm going to leave that there. So that was a cool reading. But if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer, if you know someone who's been struggling with transformation and change, just kind of, because, you know, the Emperor, he's one that you know, thinking of, I feel like the Emperor is a really good example of kind of that Pisces first quarter moon in Pisces energy of letting experience helping him move intuitively. So I like that. But and then also, Cancer, subscribe, Emperor, hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each day. And then last little bit, if you have any, well, you do have any Cancer in your placements, but check your sun, your moon, because maybe you have Cancer other placements at Cancer. Check your sun, moon, rising, Venus for your placements, for your readings, but check your whole chart there. Cancer's exciting. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist State. I do videos. I do getting the channels crossed. I do weekly videos, monthly ones, yearly ones. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer. Ooh, so I can get you out of here. Getting you walking away from something, Cancer. Saturn and Pisces here. And I feel with this Eight of Cups, you know, these are things that we may have put emotional stock into, but it's paying attention to things that are lowering our vibration, are keeping us from growing and expanding and learning. And yeah, just coming into, yeah, just a new, walking towards a new vibration. But I do feel the Eight of Cups is there's this letting go that's happening. There's this releasing certain things, that devil energy, you know, what's lowering your vibrations, and walking into this new, walking towards that sunlight there, Cancer, this transformation and change. But let's get your other oracle card here so I can get you out of here. You know, Cancer. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Before I get into that, you know, Cancer, with that moon in Pisces, that I feel like that teaches us to even have this transformation, because Pisces is a very empathetic sign and a very compassionate one too. And I feel that this is a reminder that we all are going through this transformation. It looks different on everyone, but we all need to go through these stages in life. and we get to create these opportunities and these changes and things. And now this kind of, let me get into get your oracle card here, because you have the unknown and this transformation and change. Who knows where we're going to go? Who knows how we're going to grow? What opportunities are coming your way? But things are going to come your way, and you do have choices, Cancer, with that Seven of Cups being there. And I feel I like how there's this owl here that's sitting kind of perched on this unknown, because on that tree, because the owls, they represent wisdom. And I feel it's you seeing things clearly. This owl here, even though it looks like it's in this sort of desolate, arid type of plane here, I bet he can find abundance wherever, or they can find abundance wherever they happen to be going there, Cancer. And it's knowing that you are safe and you're guided through this experience here. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. But you stay safe out there with all these transformations and changes, because they're gonna happen all the time there, Cancer. If the moon doesn't teach us one thing, it's definitely that we're you know how it is. And you keep eyes on the moon. She's starting to get fuller there, Cancer. We're getting to that time of celebrating. Hopefully you will get into this point where we're Three of Cups and during this transformation change there, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.